Okay, what's up? Hello, everybody, and welcome to my FastLane review. This isn't really going to be long of a review, given that it's FastLane, and it's not really much to talk about this show. Maybe like two or three matches, but with almost 3 weeks away from WrestleMania time, obviously, it's not going to be much of a change of outcome in a lot of these matches. This is just kind of something to hold people until we get to WrestleMania in the next 3 weeks. So some of these matches I may just fly by and just kind of talk the important story aspects to it, because it's only like probably two, like I said, it's only like two, maybe three matches to actually really talk about in this show. Okay, so listen, I missed the pre-show, so I kind of went back and looked at clips. All I know is that Matt Riddle won. He beat Mustafa Ali for the U.S. title. I actually thought Mustafa Ali was gonna win just to give maybe a little bit of a shot in the arm, as my co-host would say about Mustafa Ali, to give Retribution something. But no, Matt Riddle won, and then of course, Ali, he ended up yelling at Retribution, slapjack, and Reckoning left, and then next thing you know, T-Bar and Mace ended up giving him a double choke slam. So I don't know if Retribution is dead. I'm sure one or many people would hopefully so of them being dead, given that this gimmick has just not worked and it's been a failure since, I wouldn't say day one, but ever since they revealed their somewhat faces and their names, they were never taken seriously, and it's like they've been living a dead gimmick for the many months. So I'm gonna assume it's over since they kicked Mustafa Ali. I'm sure everyone's gonna say send all four of these people back to NXT when they were doing something, or give them at least something different on the main roster. Okay, so um, you would expect that, but I'm not really sure. But hopefully this group is dead, because it's gone. It's gone nowhere. Okay, let it die. Just let the whole thing die at this point. But in the actual main show, we did get the women's tag titles on the line with Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair versus Nia Jackson, Shayna Baszler. Of course, Reginald was back there with them, folks. Reginald. Match wasn't bad, but of course, you knew it was going to be something screwy. Sasha and Bianca end up arguing with each other, which the roll up pin Shayna did onto Sasha, getting the win. So, of course, Baszler and Jax retain the titles. I don't know who else they have left to face in this tag division. It's not really a tag division, anyways, in the women's division, but we'll see what happens with that. Next thing you know, Sasha and Bianca started arguing, trying to blame, you did this. It's your fault. It's your fault. Sasha kept calling Bianca a rookie, then slapped the living shit out of Bianca, leaving her on the ground. Bianca just kind of looked and got pissed at Sasha. I don't know why she didn't get up and attack her right after, but she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get you at WrestleMania. I'm gonna get you at WrestleMania." So obviously Sasha's got to be healed after this. Especially after you just slapped the living crap out of Bianca. The feud has not really been much of what's been going on, though. It hasn't been good. This feud has sucked. All right, it's been that bad. That's how bad this feud has gone. It's none of it has been good. Okay, so hopefully the match at WrestleMania is actually better. One would think that. So hopefully we get something good from that. It'll be a great match at WrestleMania, though. But the feud, the build has sucked. Next, Intercontinental title on the line. Big E versus Apollo Crews. Not much to say from this. I could say Apollo Crews, he gave him the steal, okay? He gave him the steal. That's what a lot would say, but immediately Big E ended up spearing Crews through the ring as soon as the match started, saying this is what you want. Basically, this match ended in a very bad botch 3 count. Well, it looked like a 5 count, honestly. Looking like, I didn't know what the pin was, but it just looked really bad. They didn't even replay it. I just know Big E won, and then Cruz attacked him right after and gave him like an angle slam, and just held the title up after that. So obviously, this match didn't really go that long. It's a good thing that it didn't, because I guess they want to save that for WrestleMania. So, like I said, a lot of these matches are just going to lead into WrestleMania. So I never really expected anybody to win, other than just the very bad finish that happened. Expect to see Apollo Crews and Big E at WrestleMania for the Intercontinental Championship. Next, Shane McMahon, who was not able to wrestle tonight, since I kept hearing that they called off the match. Apparently, Shane hurt himself from training, as they showed him with his hurt knee. Basically looking like Peter Griffin when he says, ah, tss, ah, tss. You know how the whole meme. I don't even say meme, but you see in the episode when he holds his knee and he's just you know wheezing in pain after that. But Shane, I guess, had a replacement, which Elias and Riker are out there. Shane says, "You not interrupt me. You are replacing me in this match." We actually got Strowman and Elias. This is a match you could have saw on Raw. It's not really much to say from this. Obviously, it's going to be Shane McMahon and Braun Strowman at WrestleMania, okay? That's why it was a bait and switch right here. So, not much to say from this. I'm sure people don't even want to see this match at WrestleMania in general, but it's coming, folks. Here comes the money. Shane, man, Slime Time Live. It's going to be a match about slime, I bet. Or Shane nearly killing himself again, doing that big elbow drop. Still look brutal on Monday, though. But yeah, no Shane versus Strowman tonight. Wait till WrestleMania. Next, I know they had some segment with Riddle and Nakamura, which Nakamura ended up disappearing since Riddle was talking about it's about cousin Skeeter or Skater or whatever it was or something until Nakamura showed back up. Seth Rollins in went against Shinsuke Nakamura. Good match. Not mad. Actually pretty good. I liked it, but obviously this is just a match to set up Seth Rollins and Cesaro at WrestleMania. Nakamura was just the stepping stone to get through, but still a good match, though. I did like Rollins, kind of what he dodged to Kinshasa and got, like he jumped over the back of Nakamura's neck with like a kick and everything, and then he did the curb stomp after, and Seth ended up winning the match. So, not bad of a match. Next, we got Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus. 3 times in a row, folks, a no-holds-barred match. McIntyre came out there basically dressed like Braveheart or Triple H's WrestleMania 21 promo they used to did back then. But wow, what do I have to say about this? This was a war, which the last 2 matches we've seen both of these men go through war. Of course, you were going to see kendo sticks going everywhere, announce tables, chairs, all that stuff. Okay, just a lot of kendo stick shots though, a lot of them. Even going to the broadcast table, McIntyre throwing Sheamus off the table. They fought through the timekeepers area, up into the stands then, which Sheamus ended up suplexing McIntyre to the floor. They went up to the stairs then, through the screens. McIntyre ended up throwing Sheamus through the screens, which was a lot of pyro going off then. But he got Sheamus back up. I'm surprised he got up after that. But basically, they fought back to the downstairs then. What was it? Sheamus, he ended up, McIntyre, like, put him on, like, a crate, and he, drug him back to the ringside, suplexed him over the crate. Sheamus had got back in and basically, kicked Drew McIntyre over the barricade with a bro kicked in right after that. Basically, they got back to the announce table then. He had a white noise through the table right after that, put him through the table, put Drew back in the ring. And then Sheamus took like some piece of the broadcast table, put in the ring. He was gonna do something. I think he was about to hit like a Alabama slam on him, but McIntyre got out of it. He countered with a future shot DDT, and then a Claymore kick, and Drew got the win. So great match, I should say. Both of these guys beat the living crap out of each other. The past 3 matches have been awesome with both Sheamus and Drew. Like I said, it's just both of these guys beating the living dog crap out of each other. That was great. I enjoyed that. That was fun to watch. This was a war right here. But of course, with Drew winning, basically nothing now is in his way as he moves on to Bobby Lashley for the WWE title at WrestleMania. So, great match. Probably I was going to say match of the night at this point also. It was one of my favorites of the night. Thus far at that point was my match of the night. Next, something I really didn't want to see. Oh boy, I'm sick of this feud. I wish it ended already. Randy Orton versus Alexa Bliss. Of course, Randy Orton has to come back out there, and once again, I don't know how many times this is, but he has to come and cough up motor oil again. And he wanted a towel then. He told Bliss to come out. Bliss came out. Looks like a zombie. Next thing you know, fire comes out of nowhere. Some would say she's doing a fireball style jutsu. It shot at Orton's face without moving her hands. Orton charged at her. Bliss got out the way. Orton ran into the turnbuckle, fell to the ground. She tried to drop lights on the Orton or something, and then Bliss is laughing, and then they're back up into the ring again. Which Orton ran up into another fireball again. What is with all these fireballs? It's like two fireballs in this one match. 2 fireballs. Bliss out on the top rope. Next thing you know, someone's hand grabbed Orton's foot. And of course, it was the Fiend or Reptile from Mortal Kombat, or as my co-host would say, one of those zombies from the House of the Dead series. Or there's many, many names from Freddy Krueger to Jason. This looked like just a crispier, burnt version of the Fiend, okay? And basically, the Fiend came from the hole and, ended up spearing Orton, gave him assist to Abigail, and Bliss covered Orton for the win. So, yeah, folks, a lot of ridiculous bull crap going on. And I want to see someone try to compare this shit to The Undertaker because it's not literally the same thing. And I saw people say that tonight. I do not want to see this match at WrestleMania. I know it's going to happen at WrestleMania. I really don't want to see another one of these bullshit funhouse matches. I don't. I don't. I know it's coming, but at the same time, I don't need a freaking history lesson of Randy Orton in his entire career. I'll go check out that Stone Cold podcast as soon as I'm done with this review and go check that out because that's to be a great listen to. So I am going to check that out after I do this review. But I am just sick of the Orton Bliss thing. It's just gotten ridiculous. They've gone too over the top with these supernatural use powers type of thing. That's how ridiculous that it's gotten, okay? I'm just done. I'm done watching this whole thing. It's like we have fireballs and lights being thrown and these zombie-like creatures now coming back to fight Orton. So we got a more crispier version. So yeah, what we had 3 weeks till Mania. I don't even want to see these two in a regular match after what they did a few years ago back at WrestleMania. What was it, 33? Or was it 34? Yeah, 33. I remember that bullcrap match. But now, I don't want to see this match. I don't want to see it. Yeah, this match it's just not gonna be good. It's not. This was bad. All right, I don't. Why is Orton putting over this guy again? Can someone ask me that question? Why is he putting him over? I don't know. It's gonna be one of those. You beat me for the WWE title a few years ago. That's why I'm getting payback on you. This has gone on long enough. I just want, I would like it, and I said this on somebody on Twitter tonight. I would love if this feud ended with just Orton kicking Bliss in the head and it would be over with. But someone told me too many idiots on the internet would whine and moan and bitch and cry if Orton kicked her in the head. Would have worked back a few years ago or back then, but nowadays there's too many people that complain on the internet. Okay, so most likely it would have not worked. It really wouldn't have. But I wouldn't mind seeing if he kicked her in the head, but I'm just done with this whole feud and wherever this is going. But now we get to the main event with Edge being the special enforcer. We got Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan for the Universal Championship. Whoever wins will be facing Edge at WrestleMania. This was great. Great main event. I enjoyed I enjoyed Bryan and Roman out there. Great stuff. Great match in general. Very enjoyable. Almost like they did a few years ago when they faced each other at FastLane. But you knew the ref bump was coming. It was a lot of good transitions, I got to say that. Like, Daniel getting that freaking yes lock was insane, all right? And just Roman dodging his moves. He tried over Hurricane Rana and just grabbed them and not powerbombed him then right after. That was great. But, of course, Daniel Bryan ended up hitting like a running knee into the referee. Referee was down. Reigns speared Bryan. He covered him. Edge got in the ring and was going to make the count, but Bryan kicked out. Reigns started yelling at Edge and, basically take care of business. Reigns to start savagely punching Bryan onto the ground, put him into a submission hold. Bryan got him, but Reigns picked him up. Bryan started punching him again, which he fell back on the ground, which he got him into the yes lock again. Started hitting Roman in the face several times, trying to put him in the hold. Jey Uso came out of nowhere, super kicked both Edge and Bryan in. Tried to help up Roman. Uso got a chair right after, but the chair right after was about to go for Bryan, but Bryan got out the way, and then he hit him with a running knee. He started beating Jey Uso with the chair right after that, and then, he was about to hit Roman with it, but he ended up hitting Edge with the chair, and then Reigns took Bryan out with a Superman punch. He went for the spear, but Bryan once again got the yes lock and held it in there almost like a transitional one, holding both of his arms in his face. which Roman started to fade, and he did tap out. He did tap out, but Edge basically snapped in and started beating both Edge and Reigns with the chair, saying, "This is mine. Mine," basically, which Edge left the ring. Another referee came out. Reigns ended up putting his arm over Bryan, and the 3 count was made, so Reigns still retained the Universal title. And apparently it's going to be Edge versus um, Roman at WrestleMania. But obviously, I'm sure everybody knows this is going to end up in a triple threat match at WrestleMania. I said this on SmackDown a couple days ago. I said this last week on SmackDown. It's going to be one way or another, and somehow, some way, it will end up being a triple threat match for the Universal title at WrestleMania between Edge, Bryan, and Roman Reigns. So get ready to see that, all right? This finish did protect both men out there, given just the shenanigans that were going on. So, yeah, that's most likely what we're going to see at WrestleMania, folks, okay? So, that's what I can definitely see happening. So they got 3 weeks to build this up. Other than that, the show was, like I said, it was like a 2-3 match show. The best matches you were going to see from here was Bryan and Reigns, Drew and Sheamus was really good. Seth and Nakamura was okay. It was a good match, but like I said, the top 2 matches was the main event and Drew versus Sheamus. I don't give a crap about Reptile or, Crispy Burnt Toast House of the Dead Fiend coming back. I'm sick of that Orton feud. The women's tag title thing was whatever, but I still don't like the build between Sasha and Bianca, but slap the crap out of Bianca, though, I'll say that. Obviously, we're going to get Shane versus, Braun at Mania, so the whole thing with Elias was just a match you could have saw on Monday Night Raw any day out of the week and whatnot. Cruz and Big E, obviously, they're saving the real match for WrestleMania, so this was just kind of tip of the iceberg for that. Other than that, like I said, 2 to 3 match show. You don't really need to watch all this, and most of it felt, very predictable anyways, okay? So, yeah, WrestleMania is next, and we'll see what happens with that. So, yeah. Other than that, I'm done with here. I'll be back tomorrow night for my Monday Night Raw review. So, yeah, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter. I need to start preparing for WrestleMania week and a lot of these reviews because it's going to be a lot of stuff coming up, and I got a lot of schedule and start figuring out of how these reviews are going to go down, okay? So, I'm out. I'll see you guys later. Peace. And, pretty soon, may have some merch coming. I need to start working on that again. I have an idea about that. So, you'll see what happens. So, I'm out here. See you guys later. Peace out.